Hello everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Levitated. I'm out here screwing around, messing around, and I had to kick the recording button on because we've been kind of prepping for today's episode, and so I've been out running around gathering various things. And I ran across a little water temple looking thing as such. These temples are all over the place. As far as I know, they're part of the wizardry mod and how things are going and whatever. So I checked a couple of things, and it had a few fish, and it had an enchanted book, and underneath all of these temples are crystals, and I have thus clicked on several of the crystals, and unfortunately I was not recording when this happened, and it's one of those kinds of deals that you kind of just tend to forget about as you're playing around doing things. Something played and we got a bunch of stuff opened up, so we're going to kind of talk about this really quickly while I have you, and then I'm going to continue to do a little bit of wanderings around and kind of just gearing up for today's episode because I had a bunch of stuff. If you dig down into these things, you'll end up with these kinds of deals. And supposedly, I guess, according to something going on here, we just opened up this advancements list in here. So advancements, stories of the past. Envision a wizard talking to the crystal. Listen, whoever found this, whoever. I'm sorry, we are meant to save it. We wanted to collapse the end, not the overworld. Is all our fault. It was never meant to be like this. The temple is under attack by Endermen. We do not have much time left. Others are setting up a portal into the underworld. That's our only chance to survive. If someone is watching this, I don't know how you survived, and I don't care. Find the other crystals. Finish our work. Sound of explosion. Crystal rumbled quietly as you touched it. The vision appeared right before your very eyes. A vision of nature. In the vision, two wizards chatting with each other. Have you noticed that something about the ground lately? What do you mean? I don't know. It feels much more unstable to me. And blocks started to fall off randomly. Even blocks that aren't reflecting gravity. Blah 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 blah. Ember. I think I found all three of these, and that required all three of these to find this stuff. So these are all just oceans, understanding what oceans sees, and that's interesting because I know I've touched these before and I've been through some of this, and I didn't get this massive crazy unlock at this point. So whole thing started. Whole chapter line, this whole quest line. Let's see. Tail's End. No, it can't be. Weren't they talking about casting a spell to collapse the end? How did the overworld fall? What exactly did they do wrong? If they can cast a spell, why can't I? There must be a way for me to somehow restore the overworld. This may take me months, and I'm not even sure if I can do it or not, but I shall take on any hope that is what's left. Let's see what this barren land offers. That's really odd that it did all of that. It just, like I said, it just cracked this open. Now, I've seen these temples. There's several temples. Matter of fact, the temple that is on the main end island is the let's see, I believe is probably going to be the nature temple, and there's that map button. There's one of, see, we're over here, and there's another one of these ember temples over here. Now, I didn't go over there and bother it because I've already been in it. So now I know that I'm supposed to be clicking on that. It's great. It's one of those, what are we doing here kind of deals. So yeah, wonderful, awesome. This is all blue stained glass with water in it, isn't it? Yes, it is. Where did it go? Actually, those are the blocks behind it. There's water chisels in these blocks, and that's kind of interesting because you can take a chisel and chisel these back out into smaller parts and get that water back if you so choose. I am not going to do that because we've had plenty of other things, but I do love the water brick texture. It's so cool that you can see through it. It's really fun. Alrighty then, I just wanted to make sure we got that recorded. I'm going to continue to do what I was doing because we have things to do today. And hopefully, I don't want to look at the Enderman. Hopefully, we'll be able to actually get somewhere today. We may kill a dragon, we may not. It just depends on how much work I feel like doing. So I will see you guys in a little while once we're back at base. Okay, well, we're back at the base, and I hope we can do a few things today. So let me catch you guys up on what I've been doing in between episodes. I've been kind of digging through the technology that we have available to us at this point before we start actually looking at trying to go kill a dragon. Let's see if I can hit the right button here very quickly. Yeah, this was just the beginning. I'm sorry, we're going to have to go through this and figure out what the heck is going on because this is definitely something that I know is part of the pack, part of the story, part of the way things go. We're going to have to do a couple of other things in here. Most notably, you're going to notice there's a few of these that have been, just to kind of catch you guys up here, a few of these that have been started. There's a couple of the things going on. So In here, I got to looking at a lot of this, and while basically what I was waiting on was enough mana to be able to actually make 1 Terra Steel ingot. So today, hopefully, we're going to make 1 Terra Steel ingot, so that we can open up the Elven Gateway portal, so we can wander our way on up into this wonderful, lovely section of the pack, which is going to be how we're going to start progressing things. For those of you that are looking to try to maybe try this pack, and you're thinking, okay, well, there's a lot of technology and there's some magic and some things like that. Let me put this out here very quickly. The oh my goodness part of the fun part of this pack is the fact that it's a progression-based pack. You have to progress through various mods to get to other mods. Case in point. Let's look at thermal for us real quick. Thermal. Anything in thermal. Let me do the correct thing. Thermal. Okay, say we want to make a redstone furnace. Well, looks like a normal random everyday recipe right there. Let's click on the machine frame. Oh, wait a minute. Something has been changed. That's an industrial machine chassis from Ender.io. Wait a minute. That's okay, well, I already know this happened. I'm just doing this for a fact. This is a pneumatic craft pressure chamber recipe with stone burnt and simple machine chassis and printed circuit boards. Look at stone burnt, just for the funsies part of it. Stone burnt, of course, is basically we take it and we run a polished stone through a resonator. That doesn't sound too terribly hard. I was actually digging through this line because I was looking to see what it would take to get a resonator, because a resonator also makes a couple other things that I really want right now. A resonator requires redstone alloy ingots, a magma block, electrum ingots, and constantan ingots, as well as a resonating redstone crystal to craft. So nothing terrible. Like I say, it's not horribly nasty terrible yet. It's just a line of progression that you're going to have to work through to automate in order to get to anything. Resonating redstone crystals. Of course, we know how to make these, and I was like, oh, well, I should be able to get to some of this. I should be able to make some of the things you can make in order to be able to do various things. So, like a resonating redstone crystal, of course, will allow us to craft. Well, hang on a minute. We can do these. The users. We can make automated users. We can make mechanical users. That's something I can do. Miners. We can make the mechanical miners. Those are the kinds of things we can do as well. I believe I can even, for that matter, make an ender porcupine at this point in time. But the thing is the one thing I wanted is the acceleration wand doesn't exist, or at least has been knocked out. So that's one of the things that we don't get, at least as far as I know, we don't get it. Let's go back and look at that machine chassis real quick again. Enhanced machine chassis. Stone burnt and steel. Actually, that's the enhanced one. Let's go to the simple. Simples are normal, but the problem with a simple is we need grains of infinity, which means we need to go back to the main end island and do some work. So I was kind of just digging around. A long story, kind of short. I know, too late. I was digging around to try to see if we couldn't manage to find something that we could use so that we could actually get a little bit more better at taking care of our materials, our basic ingots and whatnot that we do. So I did a little bit of organization and process of that while I was thinking. So we do at least now have a few iron chests going on. And I even kind of thought, well, maybe I should be checking Tech Reborn. Maybe I can do some stuff in Tech Reborn. Let's look at Tech Reborn really quickly. That furnace that we just made was not, or the furnaces that I just made, they're not terribly impossible to make. I mean, it's just an iron furnace. The thing is, I was looking at it going, well, maybe I want to try to make an alloy furnace. So it's just 2 iron furnaces. This is a regular old everyday thing. This runs off solid fuel as far as I recall. I need refined steel ingots. In order to get refined steel ingots, I need to be able to have steel ingots and calcite dust and coke dust to get refined steel ingots. In order to get steel ingots, we need a blast furnace, or we need any one of these other little things along the lines to be able to get anywhere. So we're kind of doing this little circle. We're in a kind of a spot right now. It's, I guess, what you call pigeonhole or whatever, a keyhole or something like that, where there's one thing we need to get through in order to get to that point, and that is to go back to the end. So let's kind of explain some of the other things that I have been doing, because I did find some technology we can actually make to do a few things. Yeah, you see those. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, you made wind turbines? You made the windmills." Yes, I made the windmills. You want to know why I made the windmills? Because of the fact that windmills are pretty simple, easy to make. They're just treated wood, and they're just a little bit of iron. And if you grow a reasonable amount of industrial hemp, you can make the blades that go on them, which this took me forever which is why there's a little egg carnation over there helping those things grow, you can get those to produce a reasonably small amount of RF. And then you'll also notice that we have a little bit of the integrated dynamic stuff going on. I do not have my, let's see, do we have anything? Yes, we do. We've got our silly little dank nulls. Dank nulls, I just made a dank null because of the fact that we've been, well, you know, mining. So the fun part about this is we can jump up here very quickly and look at this. And I know you don't have to stick them this high up in the air. I stuck them up that high in the air so that they were out of my way. We're eventually going to be moving these things anyway. We have a really simple, easy way to move energy around, at least with the integrated dynamic system. And the problem is, and I'm going to go through this, the problem is I found an even easier way to do it after I built this whole mess. So we're going to be moving towards that. But basically what I need is an energy importer with a variable card type Boolean set up so that this is going to be 0 or whatever. Basically that Boolean, hey, give me that back. This is set to true. That's all I'm telling that energy importer to do is import energy from this kinetic dynamo and deliver it down there to that battery. Now, kinetic dynamos, you'd think that's got to be a royal pain in the butt, right? That's got to be, after all of this silliness, got to be a royal pain in the butt. Because if I look at a regular dynamo, or at least a thermal expansion dynamo requires a dynamo frame. And a dynamo frame, we're going back down one of these little bitty silly things. That takes aluminum. I don't even have aluminum right now, so lots and lots and lots of fun. These dynamos, of course, the recipe is the same. Recipe has not changed. Recipe has not, oh great, copper plates. Well, you know, you normally get copper plates doing something specific, which is using a hammer or a metal press. We can't make a metal press because we don't have steel. I can't make one of these as far as I know. I can't cast it because I don't have fuel for that. I cannot make a rolling machine, so that leaves me a small plate presser. Small plate presser. Have you ever, anybody, ever bothered to even try to build a small plate presser? They look kind of like that. And a small plate presser, before I tie my tongue up anymore, presser, is an actual thing. So it's just a piston and a bunch of iron, and you set him up kind of like that, and you hit it with a lever, and it has to have a piece of obsidian. Where did I get the obsidian? Well, I went back to the main island and snuck a couple of spots, managed to get a handful of obsidian so that we could do a few things. And of course, every time I look that direction, I end up getting nailed. I'm going to be building walls around this area fairly soon, but you know, for right now, that's what we're dealing with. I actually went and lit all this area up so that they would quit spawning in this area. It seems like just if I just go over here and just light that area up, they'd stop spawning. But anyhow, back to this. This is how we make plates now. At least this is how I can make plates now. So we can do other things with it, but like as far as if I need a specific metal plate at this point in time, yes, that's a terrible loss, but I can make plates. So I made a bunch of stuff so we could get some power, so we could do the automated or the mechanical type squeezer and drying basin. This allows me to automate various things. This also allows me to ore double. So again, ore double / ore triple, as well as create gravel, flint, I think even sand out of sandstone, lots of different things like that. But yes, as far as taking say an ore, an iron ore, or we'll just grab that gold end ore right there. If I run it in here, I'm always going to get 2 with a 50% chance of getting 3. So this is how we do this for now. That allows me to automate that. The mechanical drying basin also allows me to process that stuff automatically. So I just stick a little bit of wood log from the integrated dynamics mineral trees into the mechanical squeezer. It automatically ejects the fluids into this mechanical drying basin, and the drying basin then of course dries the stuff. Now I've also learned a couple other things. Once again, I'm kind of just digging around doing various things. We have access to the transfer nodes, all of the transfer nodes. So I made a bunch of transfer nodes, and I kind of somewhat semi-automated this coke oven to the point that I am actually voiding the fluids off right now because I have 2 of these. And we're also trying to run a whole bunch of wormwood logs through it because I cut down a wormwood tree that was over there. And let me tell you, that was a lot of no fun. So I think we're getting close to being caught up at this point. The only other real big deal I've done is that I decided, instead of continuously using coal and charcoal to run furnaces, to smelt ores, magic, oh I love it, it's so good. since we don't really have a furnace option yet, I went ahead and went the Botania furnace option, which is the Exo Flame. And an Exo Flame, if we look at an Exo Flame very quickly, he's not really all that hard to make. We just needed a Rune of Fire and a Rune of Summer, which a Rune of Summer, of course, is a Rune of Earth and Rune of Air with a Slime Ball and a Melon. And you're going to go, okay, where did you get those? Well, Slime Balls are really simple. Slime Balls are just cactus in a mana pool with the alchemy catalyst set up. And of course, the same thing goes for watermelon. Watermelon seed, I should say melon. Melon seeds. Melon seeds can be got by just wandering through various replacements of things using the exact same thing. So eventually you'll get a watermelon and you can craft that rune. This guy is really handy even in a normal game, because what he does is he uses mana to light furnaces and also speed them up. So it's definitely worth it because of the fact that I believe, even for that matter, it's more efficient to burn coal and charcoal through an endo flame, put it into a mana form, and then let this exo flame heat furnaces than it is to actually put the coal and the charcoal or whatever into a furnace as well. So it's a very efficient way of doing things. And as you can see, he's got a pretty wide range. It will run any furnace in the general area at that amount of time. Now, granted, it uses more mana per furnace, but this is a very efficient way of doing it. So we're saving on using coal and fuel at this point. So and then basically, of course, just transfer node automated some things. I think we can actually make a retrieval node at this time. I think maybe. No, we need emeralds. We don't have emeralds yet. We're going to get the emeralds eventually. So there is a couple other things over here. I did make an agricarnation, and an agricarnation basically just applies a bone meal effect to plants in its general area, which I believe is a 9x9 area, which is what this farm is, and they will apply the effect to all blocks one block below it. That's why it's a block above it. Now, it does kind of act a little wonky with these plants, like it's either working or it's not. I really don't know what's going on. I kind of experimented with various things to try to get these to grow as quickly as possible. It just took time. And that's just the way those work. They just take time. So I think at this point, oh yeah, one more thing. There we go. Good deal. I made a Rosa Arcana just to try to get rid of all of this XP that I'm gathering up at this point, because I really don't have a need for it. Rosa Arcanas basically just use player XP and turn it into mana. So it's a kind of a thing where if you're trying to store various things or use things up, it makes things a little better. So, and I guess one final thing while we're here, let's grab a stack of this stuff. I kind of got bored and made a Ranucarpus. And a Ranucarpus, whatever that is. This flower is a very handy flower. It's a block placer. However, what it does is it places blocks inside of a radius of where it can see. So if you guys kind of see the extension of where it goes, it is at least as wide as 4 of these are. And I have the purple blocks set down here because what I did is I put the way you make these work is you designate where this is allowed to place blocks by placing the block you want the blocks placed on underneath the flower that is sitting on it, like that. So we can put that back, and oh, it put it away, dang it. That one. If I go ahead and grab this end stone and just sit here and back up from it, it'll magically place all that end stone down without me having to do the hard work. And it takes a little bit of time because it's away from a mana pool. If I had it fed with mana, it would be a lot faster, but that's all done. So then later on what I can do is come back here and just kind of do whatever I need to do with that. Go ahead and mine it up, pick it up, because that'll basically all turn into cobblestone. Eventually, we'll be able to automate this whole process with Botania to the point that all I have to do is just toss a collection of stuff down there, and it will give me either living wood or living rock or something back as a result, because we don't have access to the one thing that I need right now, which I believe is a bore lens. I think it's this one. I think it's a warp. It's one of these two. Warp. I think it's the warp lens is the one I don't have access to yet. Yeah, pixie dust. So once we get access to some of those, we can actually start automatically block breaking and block placing things using Botania. And there are ways of being able to do that. We can use the automatic miner. We can use the automatic other things. It's just kind of fun occasionally to use a different mod to do the same kind of work that you normally do. And for that matter, we're going to kind of play a lot more with Botania as the time goes, because it is one of my favorite mods. And I am a moron. Use your hammer. That's what you made the hammer for. All right, now we've rambled on and rattled on and prattled on once again for a good long period of time. So let's get to the actual part of the episode where we build things. Yay, we like to build things. Everybody likes to build things. I've just been really busy in between episodes trying to get a few things done, and I wanted to kind of share that with you guys. So we need to be able to make a terrestrial agglomeration plate. So we need a few things as such. All of these runes are all readily craftable at this point. We can craft every single one of them, basically, with the very available of things that we have. Now, the mana rune, rune of mana is just a mana pearl and 5 of these. And these guys actually take a little bit of mana compared to the rest of them, so they're kind of expensive. I've already made several of them. So let's go ahead and build this plate. Plate. Where did you go? There it is. I can't ever remember where it's at. We need one of these, and we need all of that stuff. So we've got lapis, all of our things. Wonderful. There's our terrestrial agglomeration plate. Wonderful. Now, the fun part. I need a mana steel, I need a diamond, and I need a few other things. Actually, while we're at it, before we get silly, is a spark. Now, this is when we start getting introduced into the faster way of sending mana around the world using sparks. And sparks, normally you would craft them with fire or with fiery dust. Fiery dust? Fiery dust. What is the fiery dust? Since when do they call it fiery dust? Okay, whatever. Blaze powder and or other things. That's weird. Why did that ghost out? But of course here we're allowed to craft it with firewood. So I had to go murder a few more of these endermans around so that we could actually do a few things. 4, please. We need 4 of those, and we need 4 petals, or 2 petals. But sparks are like my preferred way of normally transferring mana around once I get them, because they're super duper fast and super duper easy to kind of set up and program and set where you want things to go. So let's go ahead and craft a couple of them. So we need 2 of you guys. This is the only way that plate is going to function. Oh crap, I didn't get enough. I needed 4 more. 4 more. 2 more. Give me 2 more of those, please. Thank you. Sparks. Go. Click. Nice. All right. And the other things I'm going to want to do probably right off the bat, maybe, is I need a dominant, which is going to require Runiform Pixie Dust. Do we have any more of these? I may hold off on this really quickly, because we're kind of short on how we're producing mana. Mana's a little slow right now because I need access to some better flowers. So we need to be within a reasonable distance of that mana pool. I think I forget exactly the number. So I think we're going to go ahead and build our plate probably right about there for now. How about we build it in line with that thing, if we can. Mr. Danknall, thank you. All right. Let me see. It should be built, and you can look these up. You can look these patterns up in the Lexica Botania. I've only played this game so many different times, or this mod so many different times, I completely remember how it all works. Alrighty then. So we need a spark on that, and we're gonna put the spark on you. Now, this is gonna be ridiculously slow because I only have 2 sparks. What is wrong with the animation? Why is it not right? I must have something turned down. Anyhow, we need a wand of, or not a wand, we need another one of these ender pearl thingies. Mana bath, great, that's wonderful. What did we do? Did we finally, what is this? I don't know. All right, and in order to create Terra Steel, we need to take off our ring of magnetism. And this is always a kind of a big part of the game, or at least the mod for this thing. This is going to be ridiculously slow. We will make it better eventually. If I had another spark over there pulling off that other pool, it would go considerably faster. As soon as those turn green, and then back up one more time, and then do it again. There, we got nice and deep green. Awesome. Nice. Yay! Awesome. And that used about a half a pool of mana, like it always does. Alrighty then, cool. So let's look at our quests now. That gives us the otherworldy. That allows us to craft Natura pylons, and it starts to thing like this. All right, so let's go ahead now that we've got this and get the gateway started. And we might actually get lucky enough to open it today. As I went around and got a whole bunch of mana. So we need to take you and do that with you. And we need to go ahead and grab a bunch of living wood and I think some gold. I don't know. We'll find out. The recipes have changed, so we're going to have to kind of work on things a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and make the gateway. If I can type, I need an Elven gateway core, which is going to be one of those. Thank you very much. I need the, what is it, glimmering living wood is going to be, yeah, that's what I thought it was. Do I have any of those here? Or have I got to pop my box open? Box. Thank you. New box. 1, 2, 3. That'll work right there. And 2 of 3 of you guys. Wonderful. The rest is going to be the living wood that we currently have. And then we need to make the pylons, which I probably should have checked the recipe on. These are going to be pretty normal. Okay. I think I have some of that laying around. I thought I made some of that. Okay, cool. 1, 2. And we need a couple of those so we can go. Actually, we need a few more of these. Let's see. We need 2 of these, so we need 2 more mana diamonds. Where did I put them? Let's go make our parts. And you. Thank you. So that should be this and that. We should have plenty of mana steel as well. And then I think probably here fairly soon we're going to start actually building a base instead of living in this house because this is starting to get really old. 1, 2. And then you need the Eyes of Ender, which is going to be that. Interesting. Done. Portal stabilizer. Give me my thing back. Where are we? Push the right button. Originally traveling nether, we require building portal in the overworld, but after exchanging some information with the elves, you found the building a glitch portal in the end might just lead you to the nether, but the nether is still a mention of nothingness, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. I need one of those, and I need another one of these. I don't know how much fun this is going to be, so let's go find out together, shall we? And I think we'll build this right there. I think. Actually, I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that? Give me my, give me the dangle back here. Let's just, no, not that. This. Scroll. And we'll put this over here since that way it'll be nice and close to our mana pools, but we need to go ahead and do the gateway and build us a core up. Let's go. And I usually just go ahead and round the corners off just so that it looks nicer because I always kind of thought it looked a little out. That way at least it looks like a complete portal, and I always make sure these are front and center. They don't really matter where they're put anymore. So yeah, okay. There's our gateway. Now we need to go steal all of the mana out of both of these 2 pools. And I can't do it the easy way, so let's do it the hard way. We'll just fill up this here. It takes a considerable amount of mana to open the portal the first time. But once it is open, it does not use the mana to keep the portal. Used to use mana to keep the portal open. It does not anymore. It only does it when it crafts. So let's go ahead and fill that guy up as much as we possibly can. This is going to take a couple of minutes. Hopefully. Come on. Are you full? All right, cool. So we're going to take a... I got to remove you because you're going to be in the way. Go ahead. You do that. Let's have us something to eat. I need to cook. Hey, cook that fish. Cook fish. Thank you. I already ate one of them. And I'm going to try to get about a half a mana pool each, and I don't think that's going to happen because we may have a half a mana pool on both of those. Come on. Gosh. I don't remember that taking so long. Done? Cool. All right, let's fill this guy back up. And that's doing the, I can actually, I did go ahead in between episodes, I should say, when we're talking about it, and build a band of aura. I might have said this already, but the band of aura creates mana over time. So you can kind of just slowly fill things up as you go, but we're going to go ahead and get this going. Come on. I know we're kind of all over the place, but that's fine. Do that again. Are you full? Nice. Good deal. Let's crack this egg open. Eat something. Eat something. Hey, where's that fish that you just made? I don't need this. You can have that charcoal back. Thank you. Did I make fish? Awesome. Give me some more hearts. No? Dang it. Are you done? Alrighty then. Let's kick this open and give us the information that we so desire. I must have textures or something turned off. I don't know what's going on here. There is our Lexica Botania with the Elven Guard version. What do we get as far as everything else? This is just going to allow us to open some of the cool stuff finally, as well as possibly fight the Gaia. However, we're going to have to do some other things for that. Let's see what this says. Obtain Tome of the Underrealm. Is a book. I can do a book. Let's go make a book. Can do a book all day long. Book's easy. Book is one of those things you always forget about that you can do in a pack without cows. I need a couple of these. 1, 2, 3. And some of the wood that is sitting right where I thought I had a bunch. I do have a bunch of sticks. Okay. Need a couple of patterns. I need some wood, not that stuff. Thank you. And I believe I need the whatever this is. There we go. 3 of those. Wonderful. And we make the book the Tinker's Away. Oh, crap. I need to make the string first. There we go. String, go, pattern, done. Awesome. Play. And then we can just go ahead and put those back in there and toss a book into the system, into the portal. Let's see what we get with this. Hey, give me that back. Thank you. How do you do? I can now travel to the nether. How do I go to the nether? After you read that book, you knew exactly what to do. Build a machine that can reconstruct the terrain, blah, 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 blah. Some bedrock can sure help you create infinity out of infinity, or find it. Help create infinity out of finity. Finity, and then where can we find them? Oh, the end center end island. Of course, you haven't slayed the dragon yet. Now is the time. Yeah, we're not going to do that in today's episode. We're going to deal with that a lot later on. We've already sit there and prattled on and rattled on. How in the world do I can, okay, well, nether. What is it called? Let's read this one more time before we end. Building a portal in the overworld exchange, since you found the building a glitched portal in the end might lead you to the nether. I know that this exists, and I'm kind of can't wait to glitched obsidian. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Wow, so we're going to have to go through deep mob learning to get into... That's... cool. Huh. All right, neat. So there's some things to look forward to. Okay, guys, I think we've had enough fun. We got all caught up. We've got a few things done. I'm going to be tearing this apart because I found out, for one, I kind of looked at the wrong thing. We have XNet, and I don't know why I didn't go looking for XNet. So, yeah, awesome. I have no issues playing with the integrated dynamics. The only problem I have with integrated dynamics is it has tons and tons of stupid little teeny tiny parts that you have to keep track of in order to make a network function. Whereas all of the information I need is right directly in the connector or in the controller on these. So I will be definitely doing a little bit of work, and I think we're probably going to start building base next episode because we're going to start having to make a few more fun things happen. So we got our Tome of the Underrealm. We got our Elven Gateway set up. We've made our first little bit of Terra Steel. I'm going to start doing some of the fun stuff that comes with this, probably off camera, and I will catch you guys up in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.